Good morning, everyone. This is Angelina. I'm your mom gardener here on Ottawa City, Ontario. I'm showing you my backyard. These are cosmos, and these are cosmos. This little veggie box here, and it has been years that I haven't recorded videos of my house. Um, it's I live in the city, and most backyards are really small. I think I'm lucky to have a 20 by 20 feet backyard. And if you remember, I had always mixed my perennials with vegetables because I really like them. And I'm thinking maybe about 10 years now that I haven't done videos. But if you remember, in my town home, I always have beans climbing into my gazebo, and I have flowers. I have squash going to my barbecue. That theme hasn't changed. And yeah, I have planted a lot of pollinator plants and flowers. So you can see cleome here. And there's my lavender, there's black-eyed Susan, and kind of like two kinds of cherry tomato here. You got the sweet million, so I'm starting to harvest them. And it's like, ooh, I'm gonna take a video. And there's an eggplant here which I harvested already, and I'm just gonna walk through my pad and show you a glimpse of what's in here. Here I put a Roma tomato, and beside it is like a gigantus miscanthus grass because I like it. And there's two lavenders here, and I believe this is a panicum, and it's a really beautiful grass, and the seeds are good for the birds. And I have lately planted a lychee tomato here, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get anything from her. But the cosmos that I grown from seed is magical. They're like taller than me. You can see bees going in here in the early morning. There's one little guy here. There's one little guy here on the light pink. Oh, there's another guy there. A population of probably 20 bees. And my morning coffee, and there's another little honeybee right here that's flying there with the cosmos as well. The usual, I would have like an old gazebo, and I would have beans climbing here. And as you can see, this cosmos is quite tall. I mean, like, I'm here, I don't know if you can see me, but yeah, it's the beans are here. And if you have an old gazebo or like a frame that you're not using, you can use it for pole beans because it's easy to harvest when it's off the ground. So you can see there's a lot of pole beans here. I think my auntie was here the other day, and it's kind of like I have, oops, Cosmos is trying to hold on me. You're welcome, baby. And I have Cosmos here and some Galaglagrostis grass, and I have the perennial hibiscus luna. These are hibiscus mosquitoes, so it's blooming right now. And there's like a big bee. This I think this mason bee, like in the butt there. This is the white version of it, and this is zebra grass. So I just didn't let any section of my garden to be like empty. Oh, there's another bee. And this is like another squash in between my perla, and there's like few boxwoods here. Oh, I think my squash is finally even flowering. As you can see, they were slow earlier. I grew them from seed, and I wasn't sure if I'm gonna get anything. There's nothing here. Probably the raccoons get them, but that's not that's not unusual. Here I have sort of a little box here where I have Vietnamese coriander, and this is broccoli or cabbage. I couldn't tell. I keep using them for greens. And another cherry tomatoes here. And that's my chair, and that's a pussy willow right there. Around here I have yeah, now I have a brain fart. I don't even know what kind of blood was that, but I like to pet them all the time when I'm here. I have lemongrass. I have the tomato here, and ooh, I have verbena, which is really good for tea. It really smells nice. And The tomatoes just wandering around here. And I have a wintergreen right there, and I have a colorful sage, some kind of garlic that I planted for seeds, and another batch of beans that I let climb in one of my trellis. I'm surprised it thrives. I just throw it in there and see what happens. And there's few of the basella alba, so these are the Philippine spinach that I keep every year because they're really good. They don't bolt, they don't require care. I didn't even know they're still alive, and they're just right there. And again, here beside my shed, I just joined some cosmos seeds, and look how tall they are right now, and it's against like a 10-foot ladder or something. And cosmos are really self-care plants, and if you can see in this video, there's like in this section there's like one bee right there working on the flowers. There's another bee here. I don't want to disturb her. And along the garden I put some water here for the pollinators to drink, so they know where they are in my garden. And it's basically just an old cup. I put stones in there, some little rocks, so that they have somewhere to really land and run. And I throw in some seeds of the tamarind tree, and just noticed there's one that germinated here, and I think there's one here. You can see the seeds and when it opened, but I have a feeling Mr. Raccoon had a party last night and there's two of them dead, that little bugger. But that's nature for you. This is also an epita magnet for bees, and these are two mandevilleas that we bought at the nursery because I really like them. There's one is red and one it's pink, and it's mostly like Kyle made this little canopy, like sort of an arch for me because I really like it, and it's from a pussywillow branch that were here in our backyard, so we just used whatever's available here. There's a little herb garden here. I think I propagated a little willow sapling, and then the rosemary here, and I have some French tarragon. I love them. There's thyme and there's oregano. There's sweet million tomatoes here, like tomatoes along my path really. So when I walk, I eat. Like I feel hungry right now, so I'm gonna eat some of these. But if you can see, the base of my tomato was the arch. It's really good, sorry. And I have the pot of manivella, but I have the tomatoes, so they're just like trying to they're not fighting, so the mandevilla was like trying to hold on to the tomato, and the tomatoes going up here in the mandevilla trellis. And I don't know, this is the tomato and that's the mandevilla, so I don't know which one's gonna go higher first. Tomato learns to climb now, and this is the other side of the mandevilla. And along here there's a hydrangea. There's so many bees in that hydrangea, unbelievable. This is the little walking path that I made myself. Think I harvested tomatoes here. And cleomes are actually really good for pollinators as well. I have lots of seedlings that I put in here. Oh, and lots of tomatoes in my path. Sage, oregano. There's an okra here. I don't think she will produce anything because the cosmos will just run her over. But oh yeah, this is a cleome flower, and this is this is brown cherry tomato, and there's like a bigger version right here. And I used a client gave me a cedar, like the hedging cedar that died, and she said, what do you do with it? I said, well, I reuse them as a trellis for my tomato. And kind of, if you notice, there's 3 of them here. The beans used it as a climbing base. Ooh, look at that morning glory. They're actually really cool. I love that morning glory. I just throw them in there, really. And tomatoes are going up, competing with the beans. So you can see here, there's like little tomato seedlings, and there's like tomato seedlings, but that's also the canopy for beans when I'm coming in here. So again, wild gardening, planting everything so that there's something for the bees and the wildflowers. And I swear, in my area, I've seen 10, 20 squirrels running here, and I still don't run out of supplies. You can see lots of tomatoes, I need to harvest. This is a, ooh, now I have a brain part. Iwigelia, yeah, Iwigelia, it reblooms, so I'm kind of excited. And around here, I have a Gloxina, this Japanese beetle right there. He's gonna die. It's oregano. He doesn't like oregano. And there's few kale in here that I harvest because it's usually the garden has to be directly at the back of my kitchen door, so I can just run in here and get some fresh veggies. I didn't realize that I have this big tomato. They're gigantic. That's my hand right there. Ooh, with my hand right there. And that's like a big plate right there. And ooh, that okra looks like it can be harvested, or I can just let it go so I can save the seeds. That's like basic crimson spineless. What's in here? There's another tomato beside a poppy. The poppy's still blooming. Interesting. And then these are all the cosmos right there. Oh, there's a cleome that's growing. That's not cannabis. It has 6, 7 leaves, but it's cool. People think I'm growing cannabis, but no, I'm not. I know how to grow them. I think this is a baptisia. That's perilla. And going back to the cleome, look at this bee that's like right there inside. Whoa, whoa! And then beside it is a cosmos. There's another bee working hard right there, getting his food. There's so many of them in my yard. They're permanent resident here. I'm walking back here to point out that I also have another cup here, the water station for bees. So basically, if you're a bee and you're listening, there's a water station under the pear, chocolate pear tomato. Actually, I got this from Greta's Organics. It's really yummy, and I can't stop harvesting. And they're right there. They're right here. They're right here. They're right here. Up, up, up. Whoa! It's competing with the beans, and that's another chocolate pear. It's kind of nice. I probably would save some seeds for next year. Oh, there's more chocolate pear, and it goes this way. I can't even keep up. It's a false indigo right there with the tomato. So, good luck, everyone. Should I tell them good luck, everyone? This is a beautiful salvia, though. Kyle bought this for me for like one of the weekends. It's like, yeah, I got a plant for you, and it has like one single spike. And I tell you, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The raccoon put it down again. 9, 10, 11. Well, that's a lot of blooms. And there's another tomato here, another tomato there. Just basically how you can see my garden is a mix of perennials and edibles. Love the flowers, but I love the edibles as well. So that's essentially the view from my front door going to my backyard. It's not a big garden, and around here where I walk, where I harvest, there's always lavender because I like the smell of lavender. And around here, and this used to be like a writing area. Now it has become like a potting station for cuttings. And oh, that's what happened. Plant geeks live here. Oh, look, the little bee going on the cosmos. He will be drunk in a little while. I think there's a water station somewhere down there, baby, under the Sweet Million tomato, so you know where your water is. And there's another bee here. Oh, there's another bee here in the cosmos. He's going there because he knows his water is just right here. So I think, I try to create a garden that's good for the bees. And when there's bees declining everywhere, they're just here on my postal code. And it's a small area, but it's also a little piece of heaven for the little bees. And I kind of like them. They don't bother me. There's few wasps here and there, really, because you can't pick and choose. But as long as there's color, and there's another little one. He landed right there. So yeah, if you're wondering, excuse me, Excuse me again. It's the pollen probably, because I've been like brushing this pollen. Yeah, if you're really wondering the right balance between a healthy garden and place for the bee, I would say mix your edibles with your flowers, because look at this, like as you can see here, this batch of cosmos seeds that I grow from the seeds. I'm counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bees that are like just right here right now nibbling in the garden, and it makes me happy to see like all these flowers. And right across I can just pick up my beans and another batch of like flowers here, and there's tomatoes here. I think it's I don't know, I'm just really happy to be here. And even if I'm in the city, if you go right in my front door, it's Merivale, and there's like lots of cars passing by. But in my backyard, there's a lot of bees that live here, and my neighbor has trees around it. And I just hope that everyone would continue to admire these little creatures that give us food and just pleasure to be here. It's been years that I haven't made a video of my gardens. I decided that I should spend more energy in grading gardens, and now this is sort of a result of what I have been doing for the last few years. And I have friends and family that help me as well. This is not just all me. I'm even so amazed that these morning glories are blooming right here. And sure, people don't like Japanese beetle, they're there. I don't really care anymore. I'm pretty sure he's like fat and ready to fall off, so my job is done. Like part of my beans, they decimated it, the beans just grow. And I was burying some kitchen scraps in there, and it looks like it's working. And this cleome is really good as well. It has some sort of seed buds that I can harvest. So by fall, I would be probably holding a workshop for seed bombs. So basically like rolling all these seeds so that the kids can throw these bombs in my garden again, and I will have this beautiful garden. So it will sound easy once you figure out what you really want. This garden is a little bit wild. I have a garden that is clean and neat, like a Japanese garden. Depending really on your lifestyle, I call this my outdoor office sometimes, because I have my pink chair towards the end there. But I also need a space where I can just see a little bit of green and rocks. So I have Japanese garden. I have little sections that I call rock garden, which is pretty much tiny plants and rocks, and lots of drainage, which some people like it because they're low maintenance. And this is really low maintenance when you think about it. We just throw away the seeds and put the water at the end of the day. But this doesn't happen to be low maintenance right away. It took years for me to build it. So once it's built, and once you know where you want it to walk, once you know where you want your veggies, once you know you have a walking path, which is now currently blocked by this cosmos and bees, which is awesome. Oh, this little bee is coming here. So yeah, that has been my couple of years update for you guys. And I will have seeds to give away soon once these cosmos are done flowering, because I will have a million of them in my yard. And it has been a great years for me. And I hope you all have really great summer, great gardens, and continue to enjoy the flowers even if it's cooling down. I'm still harvesting my tomatoes, and I will be out planting some kale and broccoli because I need it for my stir fry towards winter and Thanksgiving and stuff. But so far it has been doing very well for me. Here, like my little box here, it has given me chives, there's ginger, there's, I think that's kale, that's tarragon. Oh, this okra might give me something. And then there's basil. So it's more of like whatever is it that you want for your dishes and for your peace of mind. I think I got it here, and I'm very thankful to these bees and flowers that keep coming back every year for me. This is Angelina. I'm from Ottawa City, Ontario, and I think we're zone 5A, 5B, and have a happy summer. Take care. Bye.